Are you from Nanaimo, Rob?
Not originally, no.
Where are you from? Do you mind me asking?
My mom?
We're both
Ontario.
Yeah, but me and Rob are from the same town actually. Like both from southern Ontario. It's a strange place, right, buddy?
Oh.
What brought you to Nanaimo?
The girl I was with at the time.
Seems to be the same story
Same
over
mistake.
and over.
I made a mistake I was with at the time. Yeah.
So, Rob, do you want to maybe talk a little bit about the work you've been doing over the last couple years?
Yeah. Just been doing something that, I see needed to be done, needed to be done and wasn't being done. Helping people out like me, who needed help, lift up by, giving them clean gear to make sure, well, they have clean gear, obviously.
So part of that has been handing out safe supplies, like
supplies,
clean.
giving them advice,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, clean gear is readily available. I think the bigger part of the service that I've seen you offer is that emotional support and that guidance and that understanding and that protection to sit and use with people and make sure that they're safe and going through that process and to help guide people to...
Well, that's one of the main things missing out of all the outreach organizations. They don't have the emotional support, and they don't, they won't sit there with the person while they, pass out and, sit there until they wake up so nobody steals their shit or...
Yeah, and I think the big thing is that you've lived that, so you understand the need for it, and that, what a difference that extra 20 minutes
make sure they don't die while they're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even just something as simple as watching somebody's bags is something so underrated in a lot of organizations, but that's all the possessions that somebody has.
Yeah, it's their life.
Exactly. What is something that you could see Canada or Nanaimo or BC doing to help?
Well, first off, decriminalizing drugs, all drugs, and then having a clean supply.
How do you think that would help?
Well, less people would be dying because of the dirty drugs. There'd be more, what's the word for it?
Safe.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the thing is that people...
And then it would stop clogging up the jails, with all these people on drug charges,
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think that the idea of the overdose crisis gets really diluted with addiction. So they say this is a very complicated process, but these people aren't dying from addiction; they're dying from poison drugs.
Drugs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what have you seen change over the last year while doing this work?
A lot more people are dying.
Why do you think that is?
All the dirty drugs. Never even know.
So access to clean drugs seems to be the
Safe
number
supply.
one.
Yeah,
absolutely. How do you feel that our outreach, our detox, like the traditional treatment system that we have in Canada, how do you think that works? Does it work?
It's bullshit, because they're always focused on the addiction. First you gotta focus on what caused the addiction in the first place. Deal with that and then deal with the addiction.
Yeah.
Do we have adequate mental health care here?
Not really. And detox too, you gotta, they want you to be sober when you go in there, and they want you to wait 2 or 3 weeks. Well, nobody's gonna do that. We're addicts, What's the point of going to detox or rehab? And clean. If we can manage to stay clean, why bother?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If you could...
And like I said, they need to focus on what caused the addiction, first, not the addiction.
How would you propose that we do that?
Find out, just asking questions and giving a shit, getting to know the person, earning their trust. And
treating it on an individual basis instead of a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly. Everybody's different.
Why do you think people do use substances? What are some various reasons that you...
cover up, stuff that happened to them in the past, like pain, and then, pain that, maybe gotten in a car accident, and the doctor's no longer, decided, he's going to cut him off the, medication he was giving. So, instead of weaning him off, he just cuts him off and expects them to be okay. That's bullshit. That's just, creating addicts.
Yep.
One thing I've noticed about you and the work that you do is This is something that you do all day, every day, outside of your shifts. This is something that you carry with you in the practice of your life, and you go around protecting the safety of others on or off the clock. And I think that's something that happens a lot with peer work, and is that difficulty to create boundaries and
No, it's just the
bringing
thing,
it to
there
every
shouldn't be
aspect of our
boundaries.
lives.
There shouldn't be boundaries.
Why not?
No, boundaries are just like cages where you hold things in that shouldn't be held in. You get to know the person, treat them like a person. They'll be more up to talk to you and go along with things that you suggest to them and come and ask you for advice instead of holding it away and continuing to use the drugs.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the punitive system in which methadone and treatment and stuff operates on?
It's bullshit too. I know people who are methadone, and they've been on methadone for 8 years. Like, why are you on it still? I thought it was supposed to get you off of the, so why are you still on methadone? Right? It's like putting out one drug and putting them on another drug.
That doesn't do anywhere near the same thing as the
Yeah.
original drug did.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of just
And
shackles
it's still,
people to the
still
system
making the
of
same
monitoring.
company the money, because OxyContin, the company that made them, makes methadone.
Yeah.
So it's just a big vicious circle.
That is a big issue, is that everybody, all the suppliers of legal drugs like oxys, methadone, stuff like that, they all get paid for us to be on it the same way a drug dealer gets paid to sell drugs.
That's why I chose to do my, when I got up here, when I chose to do it my own way. I know not everybody's strong enough to do it, but
Do you want to speak on that, how you did it?
Probably wasn't smart, but I used the meth and the weed products.
Yep.
And just got myself busy.
Yep.
And I think
I had my best friend lock me in my room for 3 days.
Yeah, well, and I think that's something that's really missing, is giving people the freedom, empowerment, and autonomy to do what they need to for themselves. Because I think ultimately people know what they need.
Yeah. And they have to want to quit. You can't force somebody to quit. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's a scary, it's a scary thing. Believe it or not, is quitting, because
Terrifying.
it's something you've done most of your life, and just to give that up.
It's
It's not easy.
Yeah, something I really disagree with is that thought that people need to reach rock bottom before they want to quit. But you know what I think does a better job is giving people opportunity, giving people meaning, giving people a chance to continue their lives.
Bring the bottom up to them so they have the safety and the platform to actually be comfortable enough to
Exactly.
want to do what they want to do in their life. Is there anything else that you want to speak on or say, or any final parting words, or?
Yeah. Not really.
No.
I just want to finish this off by expressing the fact that Rob here is very humble, but he's quietly and without any recognition saved hundreds of lives in our community over the past few years.
Thank you.